Good morning, afternoon, and evening, wherever you are, and welcome to a NerdTube Live fan film reaction premiere. Today, we are going to be looking at Constar, the motion picture, brought to you by No Budget Productions. This is a big 2-year project that has been in the works by Vance Major, the Stanley of fan films, for the past 2 years. I am joined by a council of reactors and Trekkies in arms. Major Rage, Big J, and Santa Claus. How you guys doing?
We're good. I'm doing good. Hanging in
Exci-
there. Weekend's almost over, so that's sad.
Shut your mouth.
uh,
I guess we'll just kill some time here until it starts. Going into this, it's called Constar, the motion picture. I'll bring up the image really quick to just show everybody. Whoops.
That was real quick.
Yeah, that was real quick. We are definitely looking at a motion picture-esque format in this film. So do we think it's going to be 3 hours long, like the motion picture?
no, I don't think it's going to be that long. The motion picture was kind of tough to sit through unless you watch the director's cut, which is a lot more crisp, makes a lot more sense. But I've not only was I had a scene in this, but also edited a scene, and I can tell you that you guys are in for a treat with this. This was a lot of fun to be a part of, and got to go out for the on location filming out in Harrison, Arkansas, and that was a lot of fun getting to meet Frank and Vance in person, and some of the other folks involved with the just with the whole film. And I got to meet Royce, and it was something else being on the a set like that, bridge of the Enterprise. So yeah, it was quite the experience. I'm excited to see what it looks like finished after you've been in the behind the scenes part of it,
Yeah. Major Rage, what do you feel like we're going into here?
I'm expecting to see.
There we go. That's a better way of putting it.
I'm expecting themes of family, themes of loyalty. I know there's one scene in particular that I'm sure there's many more like it, but there's one scene in particular that came straight from V-Man's heart, and I was lucky enough to be a part of it. I'm looking forward to this film. Okay. I must say.
Xanta, unload your sack, baby.
Hello, my friends. It's good to see you all again. Hey, Jefferson, I hope you've been a good little boy. Because if you don't, I'll come down your chimney poop and leave you a big piece of coal.
I'm always good.
Very good, my friend. Well, I tell you this. I hope to go boldly where no fan film has gone before. And that's what I'm looking forward to. 2-hour extravaganza. This could be the greatest day of my entire life.
Well, we sure hope so.
Thank you, my friend.
So do you guys think we are going to get any 70s trippy, 2001 Space Odyssey moments in this film? I mean,
maybe something akin to that would be pretty cool if we did. I mean, I don't believe there is, but the poster that Vance put together for this kind of has a motion picture feel to it, which I thought was a nice touch.
Yep. Sorry, I brought the chat up there on the side. We got some people jumping in here.
Oh, good.
We got Mark Felipe. I can't tell which YouTube. It's either Beyond Trek or NerdTube. But welcome. The slow motion picture. This is correct. And he says, hello, everyone. Daniel Vance says, can't wait for the after credit scene. I've been theorizing for years how a Hawaiian punch about it, that Hawaiian punch hat. So
You have a Hawaiian punch hat? What's that?
Well, I mean, Vance does show a Hawaiian punch hat very often in his fan films.
How have I missed that? I don't think I've seen that. Interesting.
Yeah, he's had it in a lot of his fan films. He's worn that Hawaiian punch hat. So some of the older ones, I believe, maybe not the recent ones, but Rusty Rivers is here. Says Xanta got dreads.
Yes. I was in Jamaica after Christmas last year, and I said, "Why not, man? Hey, man, let's just do this, man. Yes, let's do the dreads." And I think it is far more appealing to me. You know, I'm going back to my roots. Literally, it's in my roots in my head.
The roots in your head.
Oh yes.
Well, Xanta, I hope you've got a lot of presents to hand out, because there's a lot of good people out there that want to have their presents. You know, I know I do. Give me cash. Just give me cash for Christmas.
Let me tell you this. I have a big fat sack full of goodness, and I can't wait to unload it on all of you and give you all of the goodness coming out of my sack. I want to pour it all over your lovely smiling faces.
This is definitely not a children's show.
Oh no.
Well, it is 1 a.m. where I am. So if it was, I'd be very upset with the parents for keeping the children up this late.
All right. So if there are any children up right now, you should not be watching this live stream, because there is cursing and bad language.
Oh yes, absolutely. We are not the family friendly.
What do people think this is, Disney? Huh? This ain't Disney. Come on.
Well, I always thought of myself as a Disney princess. No, just kidding. I'm not.
I see you more as a Snow White.
Really? No, I'm more of the Beast and Beauty and the Beast, right?
Yeah,
I've got his face for radio.
So
we're gonna watch this as it happens.
As it happens.
Okay.
As it happens.
Bless you, my friend.
Santa Claus says, "Bless you, honey."
Oh, thank you.
Oh, and Cheeto, for anyone that might ask you the same question I asked you in regards to this restream, which is new to me, when you do have a guest on, they can add up to 3 channels to stream on, which is nice. So you still have Beyond Trek podcast going, which is great. But I didn't realize I could have added that. But I did add No Budget Productions. So it's streaming live on that YouTube channel.
Will that mess up when the Constar goes live? When we have 2 live streams at the same time?
Possibly. So let me stop that, because you're right.
So for those of you watching on
whoops.
For those of you watching on No Budget.
Okay. So yeah, I did not realize. Yeah, that's
there you
good
go.
Point.
There's a link where you can join us.
That's me not thinking ahead and being stupid. So good catch.
I was just looking because I saw that it was live, we were live on No Budget, and I'm like, is that going to mess things up? Maybe.
Probably. All right, should be starting. Can you play it?
Yeah.
Because when I click on that link, it doesn't do anything.
It's the countdown has started.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's here. The Hawaiian hat is an Easter egg. So here
I know about Hawaiian shirt, but Hawaiian hat?
Hawaiian
I
punch
can't-
hat, yes.
Ah.
Do we want to leave it like this? Leave the chat up? Have the film up here? You think that works?
Yeah, that's fine by me.
That's usually how it's done.
I can't hear anything.
Can you hear it now?
It's a little
Vaguely.
better.
A little better?
I can hear it, but it's like it's not actually coming through the stream.
All right, hold on.
You know what I mean?
Good thing we have these countdowns. All right, I'm going to remove the source, and I'm going to try this again. I'm going to see what happens here. See, they gave us plenty of time to kind of... Okay. Is that better?
About the same.
About the
It's
same?
the same. It's the...
Try turning your system volume up.
Did it get any better?
No.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm going to try to... I mean, they're going through the credits right now. So
That's better.
how is it better? I just removed it.
I can hear something.
Yeah, that's probably through my speakers.
Well, I've got a different tab going that's playing the video so I can hear it. So you could show it on your screen and we can listen to it in another browser tab on our end.
All right, hold on.
It has to be perfectly aligned.
It is. Well, it's close.
Can you guys hear that okay or no?
No, I can't hear the thing.
All right, I'm going to do this a different way then. Yay, we're doing it live.
We'll do it live.
Bill O'Reilly style.
Oh, shit. I didn't click the thing. Sorry.
You want me to try it on my end?
I can hear it.
All right. I just had to share my entire screen, so...
Yeah, now you can hear it.
I can hear myself.
You can hear yourself?
Yeah.
Can you still hear yourself?
Feedback. Can you guys? I heard different feedback as well.
I don't hear any. So it's got to be me. Like, I don't hear any echoes. So... Welcome.
Well, you turned the volume all the way down. You got to turn it up some.
Well, no, I did, because I wanted to hear if we were getting echoes from the browser or if we were getting it from...
You want me to share?
If you want to try, go for it. I mean, it's...
Let's give it a go.
Well, you're sharing. I would say you're sharing us.
Oh, sorry. I thought I was trying to look on Constar. I ended up clicking on us instead. 1 second.
Still in credits though. Sorry about missing the credits, everybody.
Can you send me the link?
Yeah.
I ended up clicking on our video.
Where's the private chat? There it is. This is in the private chat.
Thank you. Can you hear that?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't know what was going on with mine, but you might want to turn closed captioning off.
How do I do that?
There's a button at the bottom right corner. CC.
Button at the bottom right corner.
No,
I'll
okay.
keep it like that.
Look for the CC in the bottom right corner. There you go.
Oh.
3 Ferengi Vipers are closing in.
What's the status of the ship?
Old-style communications coming in.
Let's hear it.
Sorry.
I repeat, this is the emergency Alpha 1 subspace message. This is Commander Selkos from the outpost Corinda. We are overrun by the Dominion. The relentless attacks have just been too long. We can't keep this up. We can't keep it up.
At least it's
We
not
need
the
help.
board.
Send reinforcements. Send troops. Send help as soon as possible. It's just a matter of time before the Jem'Hadar break through the compound. I don't know how much time we have, but it's not much. Please send help immediately. I repeat, this is Commander Selkos from the outpost.
Oh
Home, prepare for rescue.
Aye, sir.
Sick bay, prepare for casualties.
Aye, sir.
Ferengi are closing in.
Shields report, ready for fire!
Sir, some sort of weapon is being admitted to the lead ship.
what was that supposed to be an insectoid? I can't tell.
Power
what-
is dropping all over the ship.
This isn't like last time, I don't get it.
What are your orders, Captain?
We need to save the other ship.
Engines are losing power.
Can you fire weapons?
No, sir. Weapons are fully drained.
I don't get it, what's going on?
Ferengi shark troops are now starting to board the ship.
Get us out of here now!
Engines just went offline.
Ferengi shark troops incursion in main engineering.
Security and engineering!
Comms are cut and security is scattered across the ship.
Sound the alarm,
Reading a massive energy buildup in engineering. It looks like we have a massive energy breach in
Why?
We lost a mission again.
Why?
The Ferengi destroyed the ship.
Why?
They were sneaky.
Excuses. Why did you take this test? What do you have to prove?
That I'm better than
I'm
your
gonna prove
dad.
I can do it.
Prove to me? Or prove to you?
Prove to both.
You haven't proven anything to me except that you keep finding ways to fail.
sorry, Dad.
That's Captain to you.
I'm sorry, Captain.
Do you belong in that uniform?
I do belong in this uniform.
The uniform isn't something you can just replicate.
Shut up, Wesley.
Is that what you want? A replicated uniform?
No, sir.
Well, that's what you have. A replicated uniform. Failed test. What do you have to say to that?
Kiss my grades.
I was expecting a belt at some point.
Everything okay, son?
Yeah, Dad, just a bad dream.
Well, we all have them. You better get ready for your big test. Excited?
Something like that. I think I'm kind of nervous.
Nervous? Why?
I feel will still be proud of me.
I am always proud of you. And I will always love you, no matter what happens. Now,
Uncle Sam,
why don't you go get
he
ready?
may not love you if you fail your test, but
Is that one of Minaj's dead girlfriends in that picture frame?
yeah, that's one of his dead girlfriends, I think.
Lord, the USS Gummy ship.
Gummy ship. USS Yeehaw! Got my trucker hat.
Nice view, huh?
He loves it. Listen,
It is a nice view.
They're in the what was it, not the Delphic Expanse. What's the Void?
Sam,
Oh, no
how
wig.
are you, old friend?
Yeah, 0 out of 10. No way.
Well, I'm here. That's about all I can say.
I hear you. How are things on the Harrison?
I get lonely sometimes.
Hmm.
I miss the good old days.
When Menard
But
used to
it's
be
as
able to
good as it
spoon
can
with
get, I suppose.
I'm sorry, I haven't been around.
Frank Commodore.
You left everything for a reason. I get that. Besides, I have my hands full here.
Like what?
Well, besides the typical Starfleet malarkey, when there's a Romulan out there with your face on him, that's always fun.
Who in their right mind would want your face?
Yeah, who?
You're one to talk, Mr. Phantom himself.
Mirror Menard.
Touche. What are the Romulans doing, though? That seems a bit odd, given their current status with the government.
It's, nothing I can talk about.
I get it.
Oh,
If I have no uniform,
Section 31.
Come back to Starfleet, and we can discuss it. So what brings you calling, son?
well, Eobard is ready to try again at the Kobayashi Maru.
Again? He's not even Academy age and trying for that? Let's hope he doesn't burn himself out.
I hope he doesn't. I know he's smart. His tests are off the chart. But he is just a boy.
A good boy at that. So what can I do for you?
Who's a good boy?
I know my standing with Starfleet isn't good. But I was wondering if Eobard could take a tour around the Harrison. Or maybe the Odyssey. Maybe the Constar.
A tour? Why?
I'm hoping to give him the right kind of inspiration. I feel like he's looking for something, but he hasn't quite found it yet.
Pizza roll.
That's relatable.
Yeah, it is. And if If Starfleet course corrects, I want him to be able to have something to go to.
But does he know the reason that you left?
He knows bits and pieces, but I don't want my views to be his. If Starfleet fixes their ways, I don't want him to have any tainted views of it the way I do.
Hell, let me think. The Harrison is in for upgrades, so that would be no for us. The Odyssey is handling some bug parasite situation, so she's off limits right now. And the Constar, well, she's been scrapped since the Sanders incident. Eric, it happened many years ago.
Remind me.
And they say my memory is bad. Sanders, the only captain in Starfleet to ever murder any of his crew.
What?
Ever since the incident, Starfleet scrapped the Constar B. No one wanted to serve on a ship that a captain murdered the crew.
Yes, it's taboo.
Sam,
The entire
no
crew.
idea.
You guys are badass.
What could you do?
Well, that's
For that
bad
matter,
PR
what
when you
could
murder
any
your
of us
crew.
done?
Why
Generally
do you do
gets you a court-martial.
You'll
Maybe.
have to ask his doctor.
it? Isn't that
Single-handed.
information privileged?
Kill his crew
Not
single-handedly?
in this case.
Wow.
The case is so rare, and Starfleet security took precedence over it.
Who is his doctor?
Tamara.
Is she with you?
Not right now. She's at the facility at Caliban Colony.
Treating Sanders.
I don't think there's any treating him, but if the Constar is available, she should be cleaned up enough for Eobard to tour a real Starfleet vessel.
You've got to get the last
I
of the
don't
bloodstains
know.
out of the
Nice
carpet. It'll be
Yeah, right.
though.
The brain splatter on the
But we
the
are
carpeted
spread
walls.
pretty
Ew.
thin. And given your present standing with Starfleet, it might just be your best option.
Where is it at?
It's in the Trek yards.
In the Trek yards?
I'll reach out. Thanks, Sam.
Any time, and give
Yep, in
Eobard
the
a
Trek
hug for
yards.
me.
I sure will.
Are we gonna help your friend?
I don't know, son.
Oh man, they
There
got
may be nothing we can
Minecraft
do.
in the 24th
You
century.
said we always help others.
Of
Let's
course.
see what we can do. Go get ready.
It is inevitable.
Okay.
I know, right?
Well, Minecraft,
Minecraft
is
will
fun.
be
I like
around.
Minecraft. I'm glad it
Min-
made it.
Yeah, Minecraft will be forever.
Computer, open up communication to the Trek yard. From Eric Menard. And transfer to the shuttlecraft Muller.
I'm trying so hard not to make any Trek yard comments.
I know that ship.
It was called the Constar. It was a good ship.
Then it fell through the sky.
That's one way to put it.
What happened next?
Well, I moved around to a lot of different jobs. Met a lot of different people. Life is like that.
Well, I meet a lot of people too.
Oh, yeah. You're going to meet a lot of different people. Some good, some bad.
How will I know the difference, Dad?
It's difficult to tell. It's hard for me to tell sometimes.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I'm not perfect, son. But listen to yourself. In the end, you'll know who's good and who's bad.
That sounds hard.
Nothing in life that's worthwhile is easy. Just listen to this, you'll be alright.
I'm gonna listen
Oh, he's
to
so
our music.
proud.
My money don't
I wish I had the
jingle.
Stanley of fan film drum at me on the head.
See you when you win, for
Let
sure.
me take this.
Make you wanna
I didn't expect this.
You know,
Timoteo,
Eric,
it's been too long, brother.
it's been since you've tried to murder the crew of the Constar A. I heard about the merging of all three Menards. So, what can I do for you?
I heard what happened to the Constar.
Which one? They all seem to end in tragedy.
Tim.
Just like his girlfriends.
My son.
I didn't realize. Which one are you referring to?
The Constar B. I just heard about the tragedy that was on board.
You could say that. When we received her, we disassembled her for the parts.
So she's not still together.
Captain
Why would you
Flannel
want to
Shirt
go
Guy
on that
definitely
thing?
voted Trump. No, if
Legacy.
you know Vance at all,
Hoping to
he
retire
did
if I
not.
can, but it doesn't look like I can go that route.
Yeah, well, she's in no shape for a visit.
Well, thanks for taking the time to look into it for me. And Tim, if there's anything I can do for...
Just let it go. You're not him. Not all of him, anyway.
Just let it
And after
go.
all,
God, who does he remind me
without
of?
talking to me.
It looks like a Starfleet biker gang.
Starfleet biker
Sounded
gang.
His
really
acting
nice.
reminds me of somebody, and I'm
Well.
trying to figure out who it is with the accent and everything.
Your dad messed up a long time ago.
How did you mess up?
I was
people.
one of those bad people.
What changed?
Oh, you still are.
People change. If they have a reason to.
He moved out from killing girlfriends to...
What's on your mind?
We should help your friend.
You think so?
He needs a chance to.
I'll look into it, son.
Many people have asked, why do I like Starfleet? And that's a good question. I've spent most of my life feeling alone. Starfleet has given me a family I never had before. And even when I felt lonely, I've never been alone.
As Starfleet, we move every day to find out what is out there in the vastness of space. To find out what we didn't know before. To find more friends, in a sense.
We have built an entire society based on respect towards other cultures and beliefs, even those that match our own. It hasn't always been
Antonio
easy,
Banderas.
but it has always been worth it.
The greater good, bigger picture. Putting aside these smaller differences has helped to defend against past threats.
Threats like the Xindi, the Dominion, the Borg, Species 8472, just to name a few. Threats that could have wiped us all out if we hadn't put aside our differences.
That type of thinking has got to be the standard, if you are to be part of Starfleet.
It's more than the pew-pew of a Defiant-class ship. It's about being open
Hey,
to other ideas
it's all about the
and
pew-pews.
embracing other cultures.
Especially
Because in
of a
the end,
Defiant class ship.
This is
Right?
Starfleet.
Yeah.
It isn't easy though. For most, it's hard work on the books and testing, if you enter the academy that way.
Look at Earbody, so
For
enthralled.
others, enlistment can happen. There are many options in career choices.
He's
if
like me
that's
during
something you
staff
wish to do.
meetings.
The Federation is very...
He's got his
in place.
choo-choo dance shirt on. He's ready to go to the choo-choo dance party.
Yes, young man.
What about people like
Waiting for
Tucker
Chakotay
Limbo?
here to talk about a
That's
Oh,
a
yeah.
good
look at
question.
Limbo, shush.
Let me choose my words carefully, as things are still very tense on that.
He targeted people who are very vulnerable. He convinced others that their friends and family were bad news, narrowing the information that his followers trusted.
It was allowed to go on for a long time without notice, and it was cruel. Very cruel. Just by its nature.
What his followers didn't understand was that they were following a narcissist that would drop any of them if it suited him.
One thing people in the Federation can't forget is that Tucker needed to be adored, and he would pick people that his message resonated with. Then all he had to do was convince him that he was godlike. Because when God tells you to do something,
Trip, Tucker.
You listen.
He convinced so many in Starfleet to mistrust others that were different from him.
Different? How?
Other dimensional beings. Universal shifted personnel, or USPs, what we called them. The reality is we need to be embracing the differences and learning more, not turning away or harming others.
How could an entire group be full like that?
That's a good question. I don't think we have an answer for you.
His ideals are something that's very dangerous. It almost destroyed the Federation at the core.
I believe in the Federation, Commander Marshall.
Well, that's what this seminar is about.
From...
To show what options are out there.
We'd like to think there's something here for everyone, if they want to be here.
Their Native American consultant pulled the wool over their eyes, their creative's eyes, for all those years.
Oh, God, you're talking about the Chakotay guy.
Yeah.
Eric Menard is one of Starfleet's finest strategists, using both his intelligence and the resources of the network to secure his place among his allies in Starfleet, not just as an officer, but as one of the commanding officers in plain sight.
But what happens when that intelligence is used against him? That's exactly what we were tasked with when Phantom took out Starfleet, one ship at a time, using plans specifically devised by Eric himself, using specific methods used to cripple us if we ever got out of control.
Ruin my
This was called the Phantom War. A war on such scale, entire universes collapsed.
Eradicated is a more accurate term. One man's obsession with control.
Control of situations and control of lives. It's like we say, if we don't know the history, we're doomed to repeat it.
That's why this man, Tucker
Oh no!
has been instrumental in the fight against anomalies. In his crusade against people like the man in green, the universe seemed to settle down.
He's got his biobed behind him.
But even he seemed to go too far.
Look for me.
Working from within to disrupt the Federation.
I know who he is.
He became the very threat he was working against.
And on that note, I hope we will see you back tomorrow for more on this lecture on extremities of the Federation. Thank you.
Now test wasn't so hard. Is your lecture done already?
No. There's nothing here for me. I'm ready to go.
Let's go do the choo-choo dance.
Choo-choo! Choo-choo! That Tucker Limbaugh is misunderstood. I'm telling you, totally misunderstood. You guys got it all wrong.
Cisco to Menard, do you read?
Go ahead.
Why does that voice sound
Hit a
familiar?
distress call from the Callister and have reached a dead end.
Oh my God, Cisco!
No, I wasn't aware of the situation.
I don't recognize him.
Can you put it through to my monitor?
Looks like
the USS Callister. That's Vargas's ship. Sanders.
That is Cerritos class? Or
both
that's
were
California
married to
class?
Dawn and divorced. Enemy of my enemy type of thing. Something odd though. Trace amounts of trialophy.
In the area?
I'm not sure what could cause such a large amount. Normally, I would say a cloaked ship. But one that huge?
That's peculiar.
It didn't start until you got back with Eobard. And there is a trialophene trail from the Callister. That's why I thought you might know something about it. If it is a cloaked ship...
Not that I know of. I haven't received any communication from anyone.
Then we can only assume the intent is hostile.
Let me check. Scan it through to my pad, please.
Send all scans to the captain. To the retired captain.
Aye, sir.
Looks like by the sensor readings, it's the cloak of the Klingon ship, sort of Korath.
Commander, there's a ship decloaking.
Whatever you did, it's triggered who is out there, Eric.
Computer weaknesses on the Klingon.
I'll stand down from the red alert if you can handle this. Maybe they can shed some light on who attacked the Callister.
Open to communication.
Tell me about the Tritos.
Menard, House of Krorak.
Look what it is. Major
Homage.
Rage.
Pretender to the throne. Did you attack the USS Constar?
Why do you question my honor?
I question the honor of anyone that plays games. Like you.
These are not the days for games.
Then what are we here for?
Rorath was in command of this vessel when it was attacked. Attacked by the same who attacked your vessel out there.
And why didn't you call this into Starfleet?
Because some things can only be dealt with in person. A brother has fallen.
Is this...
As leader of the house, this belongs to you now.
It's like the Boy Scouts.
That's Steve Atwood's
I don't
sash.
understand.
Yeah. Korath, right?
Are the last
Mhm.
of the House of Krorath.
Me.
Blood Brothers made you a
Oh.
part of the house, and
Rest
now
in
places
peace,
you
Steve.
above me in every right.
In charge of the House of Korath.
I had not seen enough battle to earn a place in the house, or a title in the ranks. And so in Outcast, I shall remain.
You're not fighting this.
It was Krorath's wish for you to hold that which he held in high regard, and so I am honoring it.
I don't know what to say.
Then say nothing, chatty human. It's chatty
I
human.
love it.
Do you know who attacked him?
No. They attacked from nowhere and left as such.
I'll file the report with Starfleet and keep them apprised of the situation. There are other things going on that I can't talk about.
If you are to avenge him, you cannot walk in two worlds. Is that how you plan to lead?
I don't know. But I will get to the bottom of it.
The ship is yours, and I will do as you command.
No, I don't want this ship. Not now. But there may come a day.
Then what are your orders?
Take the ship. Do with it as you must. Speak on my behalf.
Only a member of the house can captain the ship.
If we're going to find out what's going on, we need to work together.
I will follow you. In order to honor my fallen friend, chatty human.
No more pretender to the throne mentality.
I love that line.
Agreed.
No more fighting.
The only fighting I shall do is by your side, brother.
Yeah.
I may be the last of the House of Korath, but I welcome you into the family.
And I accept the honor to be in your house, Menard, House of Krorath.
We need to honor him. Together.
For Krorath!
Kapla.
Really good honor for Steve.
Yeah.
Lovely.
That was great,
Really
Mage.
good. Really good and fantastic, Mage.
I've had really good script to work with. That's all. He worked with me. He directed me. It was fun. It was
Captain,
a fun
this is a
process.
surprise.
By the way, Mage, you will refer to me as chatty human from now on.
In some information.
And how may I be of service?
Captain Sanders?
Medical files are restricted. I cannot give you any information without proper clearance.
What?
What?
What can you tell me?
Only what's on the official report.
Most likely what I already know.
I can't tell you shit.
It says here that he was visited several times by Captain Mickle.
Indeed.
Why?
I cannot specify.
Do you know?
I cannot specify.
As flexible as ever, old friend.
Indeed, Captain.
I haven't kept in touch with the old Constar crew, but I heard that she was promoted to the head of Starfleet Sciences.
Indeed. Starfleet will not permit a commanding officer to have another ship if the ship is lost.
The Constar.
Well, that's not true.
The V'ger incident with
Kirk,
the ISS Constar
Picard,
and the Constar A
Cisco.
is classified. We
They've
need
all
not
gotten ships
discuss
after
it.
they lost theirs.
Yet you know of it.
Listen, Canon Commando.
The bond between Vice President Denson and the Admiral
Sorry.
is strong. He felt need
This
to
is
share.
this is the Constar universe.
In case Sam needed to stop me again.
It may need more than a whistle to stop it next time.
I'm not that man anymore. I've changed.
Indeed, but as you say, be prepared.
Indeed. How can I blame you?
You have contingency plans of your own against those who would be a threat if left unchecked. This is no different.
Let's just make sure it stays that way.
I'm sure both parties are content with the way things are currently and feel no need to change it.
Good.
Anything yet?
Nothing yet, sir. Captain, wag me a fiver on the comms.
Put it through.
Have you called to tell me you're going to kidnap me again?
No, I think once in a lifetime is enough for me.
Well, if anyone can keep breaking Federation law and get away with it, it's the Rain Cross.
I'm glad to know our reputation precedes us. But I do have some news to give you.
What's going on?
Krorath is dead.
His ship was attacked by an unknown vessel.
When did this happen?
We got the report only a few hours ago.
We don't have all the details. We do know that Eric sent in the report and that the Sword of Krorath is in the process of looking for any hostiles out there.
Is he on it?
Not from what I could gather, but you know how hush-hush Starfleet has been on his interactions.
There's not exactly an open-door policy on this.
You don't have to tell me. If anyone can relate, it's me.
I'm sorry we haven't been in as much contact since we dropped you off. Radio silence has been a must unless absolutely needed.
No, you did what you needed to do. Tucker Limbaugh was never going to let things go.
How dare you
No,
say that about
he
Tucker?
wasn't. We all took risks to make sure that the crew of the ISIS was safe.
Adjusting to a new life. I just watched the headlines with invested interest, waiting for the day things go back to normal.
I'm not sure there ever was such a thing.
I wonder that myself sometimes. So what's on your agenda?
We're about to rendezvous with the Sword of Krorath and try to locate anything out of the ordinary.
The Rain Cross isn't exactly a top-notch ship anymore. Not after all you've gone through.
Maybe not, but we do have some of the best equipment on board and the best people who can use it.
True. Bring justice to Krorath.
You can count on it. After Chilcott's passing, things were never...
Yeah.
Oh, the clique.
I'm not sure how much more loss this family can take. We need to come together again.
Yeah, neither men would have wanted us all to have drifted apart.
No, they wouldn't.
Well, one thing at a time, I suppose. I'll be headed out to see what I can find.
Sounds good. I think I'll reach out to an old friend and see how things are going. Maybe fix some of the distance that's grown between us all.
It won't fix your situation, though.
No, but Eric sacrificed for me. I'm safe from the cult.
No girlfriend of Menard is safe.
Sacrifice some time and see if we can heal a hurting family.
I can see why you stayed in the medical field.
don't get to be in charge of the entire center by staying on the sidelines.
Same thing can be said about the captain's chair.
Good luck.
Same to you, my friend.
So anybody with CDL can get a ship? What does that CDL mean?
Commercial
Helm,
driver's license.
Set a course for the
Oh.
Ogden system. And get the Sword of Krorath on comms.
Aye, sir.
This is because Vance's outfit kind of made him look like a trucker.
Oh, I
So,
see.
anybody with the CDL can get a ship. Yeah, commercial driver's license, truck license.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Is he back at the graveyard? Is it girlfriend number 10? 11? I don't know.
So Menard is bad with women.
No. Oh, it's Jay Burchell.
He's like, "Hey, Dad." It looks like he's looking up. Like Vance is tall. I'm sorry, Menard is tall.
That's your neck covering hickeys since the Middle Ages. You're damn right, Daniel.
Oh, there's Josh.
There's Lex Luthor.
Hawaiian punch hat.
Uh-huh. Always the engineer at heart. They put the suit backwards.
I think it's supposed to zip up in the back.
Yeah, I know. It looks funny though. Josh needs to grow that facial hair quick.
Hi, Dad.
What brings you here, son?
It was time to feed Rufus.
Is it that time already?
Clock's ticking.
It always is.
What are you doing here?
Especially on Menard's girlfriends.
Just thinking.
What about?
Oh, nothing.
Rufus is an odd name for a girlfriend, though,
Always
but
say
you
that.
know,
What are you thinking about?
I don't question
I
people's
think you were right.
intentions.
I think my friend needs help.
Before they die.
Are you gonna help him?
I'm sure gonna try.
Why can't you help him?
It's complicated.
You always say that too.
I suppose I do. Things are a bit more complicated when you're older, son.
Only if you let it.
I want him just to reach out. Listen here, you little shit.
You're helping him, but you don't.
I don't need
know
your
you get to
advice.
be so smart, jerky butt.
I'm always smart.
Yeah. Why are you calling your kid dumb? Jeez,
Yes,
Menard,
you
such a jerk.
But your friend, it's just like Rufus.
How so?
The clock's ticking.
It always is.
Give him credit for doing that in the snow. I'll be freezing my goddamn ass off.
Whatever, Xanthi. You live at the South Pole, so.
Yeah, but look at me. I'm covered, man. I'm covered.
No, Xantha lives at the South Pole.
Xantha lives at the South Pole.
Computer. Open up personnel files. USS Constar. Navigational contact code 1036-B. Captain Christopher Sanders.
Oh.
Personal logs. And go.
That information is not on file.
Is there any information? Interviews,
Damn you,
produced past
Majel!
Sally, Slaughter of the Stars incident.
Verified.
Show them. Play files.
I hear them in my mind. They
don't sleep. I don't sleep. It's all I can hear and it keeps me up at night. It's like someone behind my eyes is watching.
Your brain?
I was just gonna say that.
I give them so much to watch, but I've had enough. But is it enough? Only they know. We're all out here in the vastness of space. The space in my mind.
The space between
so much more clear.
My ears is vacant.
He seems like Section 31
The
material.
voice is silenced.
I know, right? The glasses give me those vibes.
And he killed his whole crew single-handedly.
Screaming
Guys are
silenced.
badass.
Laughter
that's
of
some
Matt.
Jason Bourne shit.
Now they know too. They know why we don't sleep.
Makes evil Menard look like a good guy.
Computer. Get me Captain Mickle.
Hello, Eric. It's been a while.
Audrey. I need your help. I'm
Like a championship belt?
not the man that hurt you.
I know. You have his face, hold his memories, yet you're not him.
I'm not. I understand why you have your reservations, but I'm not him.
I believe you. I
I
heard
know.
what happened, and I know all about the tilt-a-whirl and such.
To say it's complicated is
I've read the Spider-Man comic.
a bit of an understatement.
Which is why, let me be upfront with you. I forgive you. What you did to my ship, my crew, I can move past what happened.
It was the reason why I stayed away from everyone.
We all heal our own way. I've made peace with things. And your family, Eric.
I always loved you, Audrey. You're
And
like
she's
a
dead.
sister that I never had.
And she's dead.
I'm glad we could talk like this.
So I've noticed you've done your best to get off everyone's radar. Split up with Dr. Spangler, stay as secluded as possible from others. I heard you even left Starfleet.
I couldn't follow what it stood for anymore. It got crazy.
I know how you are when things get tough. You regress and pull back from everything. I know the feeling. I needed that too. After the Constar, I came to head of sciences. There was more peace there than in command.
It can be dramatic if the wrong people are in charge.
Exactly. Although they say Admiral Trochum did offer you a job smuggling things from the Delta Quadrant.
Is that what they're saying?
What could you be smuggling?
Air products.
Eric Menard, you're a funny guy.
That's what my son says.
I bet he does. So what help do you need from me?
Sanders. What happened there?
Oh, that can of worms. That's something I never thought I'd be thinking about for a long time.
Why is that?
Everything pointed to Irremotic syndrome, but none of the trace elements were there, so they came to me.
Why you?
Elements from his brain scan were inconclusive, and that's not something that should happen with this diagnosis.
You're saying it's not aerobotic syndrome.
In my expert opinion, no.
It's odd they came to you.
My thoughts exactly. In my opinion, his doctor, being the logical lady I know her to be, saw the same thing I did.
Which was?
Spatial anomalies.
In his head?
It spoke to me like a roadmap, not like a disease, and I think she saw the same thing.
I think I need to have another chat with her then.
It might be more helpful to have a chat with him.
With Sanders.
I would.
Would that even be allowed?
For a Starfleet runaway? No. For a renewed Starfleet captain? I would say so. I think Toronto Station would allow you if Admiral Trochen made a call.
I think we owe it to Chris.
I think if there's something going on that can explain what happened, we need to understand it.
Not spoken like the science officer I know.
I never changed, Captain.
You know, Audrey, I was very proud of you sitting in the center seat.
Thank you. It was something I never thought I would ever do.
So you were in that spot. And you led the crew well.
Let me know what's going on with Sanders if you find anything out.
Absolutely. I'll be in touch. Menard out. I think we're going to change course. If you don't mind a delay.
Okay.
Son, let me tell you about a friend of mine.
Okay, Dad.
Got a friend in me.
It's been a long road. Get from there to here. Hello.
All right, 10 out of 10.
Admiral Vandenboss. Well, this is unexpected.
I appreciate you answering my call. I know you've been out of commission for a while.
I prefer it that way. Retirement suits me. Growing out the beard. Me and Sullivan are enjoying our golden years.
So I've heard. Congratulations, by the way, on the new baby granddaughter.
Granddaughter?
So what can I do for you today?
We represent an organization in which a former officer has left due to complications.
Complications?
Eric Menard, former commanding officer of the Constar.
Take you out.
Reunified with several versions of himself.
He's killed many girlfriends.
Made things
Need you to take him out.
complicated with the general public.
Yeah, I remember the speech that he gave, calling out to all of Starfleet. Bold move. I'm sure that made some of the brass very unhappy.
Once the situation was over, we considered the matter closed. Here's why it's not. Having held several high-up positions in not only our Starfleet, but several others across multiple timelines, he runs the risk of exposing us on several levels. That's what Starfleet fears the most. We have exhausted all conventional means to keep Menard away from the Federation and out of the public eye. We have failed. We now need someone who has experience in
Unconventional means?
We say wet work
put
in
it mildly,
business.
your time with Temporal Investigations was more hands-on than anyone I've ever seen.
Well, coming from you, that says a lot. Legend in the field and all.
I don't know if I would say legend, but I've been around. Let's just say I see things differently than most.
Like this thing with Eric?
I've known him for a long time, and he has a way of showing up when you least expect it.
He keeps Starfleet honest. Exposes corruption. Some would say that's a good thing.
And I would count myself among them. But as you and I have seen before, things can have unexpected consequences.
Yeah. One misguided move and everything is undone.
One misstep, and everything you knew is only a memory. Or an erased timeline. You know that better than most, Don.
It's hard.
What is?
To reconcile what we do with who we are sometimes.
I used to think so.
And it's why I left the job. I didn't like the person I was becoming.
Ever think about coming back to Starfleet? We could certainly use someone like you.
Like me?
Mitchell, you've never been one who was afraid to act. Some in Starfleet saw you as reckless, perhaps too eager to jump into the fight. But I saw someone who was willing to do whatever it was necessary to get the job done. Someone who saw the importance of making difficult decisions.
What do you want from me exactly, Vane Boss? I'm retired, and I'm sure you've got a whole new batch of agents to send on wet work assignments.
But none with your history with Menard. He knows you. He trusts you.
So he won't see the dagger coming for his back, is that it?
Rumor has it he's been probing into things he shouldn't. Asking questions.
You know, they hate it when they start probing.
It's time for him to stop.
Yeah, probing is usually not a good thing.
What kind of things?
You leave that for section 33.
Why would you want to know about Sanders?
I don't know.
He makes good chicken, that's
But
why.
it can't be good. You know how he is with sticking his nose in other people's business.
Again, part of his charm. I'll reach out to Audrey, see if she can shed some light on this.
Thank you.
Don't thank me yet. I haven't agreed to help you. Just to ask questions. To find the truth for myself. Hard to know who to trust these days, isn't it?
You're loyal to a ghost, Don. The Menard you knew, he's gone. This new Menard is a combination of all the other versions. Our universe, the mirror, the divergent. Somewhere inside of him, the Phantom remains alive. I know you have history with him.
So you're saying the man in green might be at the wheel.
Like I said, he's not fully the man we both knew. It's why he's a risk. We can't have him creating chaos. We can't have the Phantom resurfacing. People are afraid enough as it is.
Well, on that at least we can agree. We need some stability in the Federation again. Some peace.
Peace. Is that what you think we had before the Phantom War? Before the Dominion? Or the Borg?
He's got a point.
That's what it felt like. Simpler times.
Revisionist history. Peace never lasts. War is the only true constant.
Maybe you're right. But it doesn't mean we stop trying.
Exactly. There's a lot of scared people out there today. It's up to us to maintain things.
Nothing ever scares you, does it, Vane Boss?
Only tomorrow, Don. Only the future.
Starfleet officers without comm badges scare me.
Well, Sullivan?
They're the ones you should be worried about.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you said you were bored. I didn't say... I'm doing this for you. I didn't say anything. Now I'm going to have to shave.
What uniform is that? I've never seen that one before.
Neither have I. It looks like a custom-made uniform.
Hey, Squishy.
I mean, it looks like an ambassador, like a, what is it, diplomatic or a dress uniform, but in standard uniform format.
A little bit, yeah.
Like the white one, the white dress uniforms from Insurrection,
right?
But in TNG format.
I hope this message gets to you quickly and without any problems. I miss you already.
Do you now?
I wish I knew what to say. We've gotten so close these last few years, and even closer these last few months, and I really didn't want that to end, but I couldn't say no to the Melbourne. But I wanted you to have something that you could always keep close to you. A little piece of me that you can have on you at all times. It's a bracelet that was passed down to me through my family. I don't know how long ago it was made, but it's been there as long as I can remember, and it represents our passion for space and for exploration and the stars. It was meant to represent the original solar system in the Milky Way galaxy that our Earth was a part of. So it includes Pluto.
Yay, Pluto!
I should tell you how old it really is. But
Pluto
it's
before it got
always been a
demoted.
cherished part of my family, and I don't really have anyone to
They
share
sent
that
Pluto
with.
back to the
There's
academy.
no one left.
Yeah.
No one to give it to. So I want you to have it, so you always have a little piece of me with you whenever we're not together. I know I'll have so much fun on the Melbourne,
No, you won't.
but it won't stop me from thinking about you.
Yes, it will.
Yo,
Think positive, Cheeto.
never.
Never let go, Bernard. Never let go.
Is she dead?
I mean, about to be.
Yeah, she's dead.
Yeah. Another girlfriend of the.
He has worse luck than Charles Bronson.
He's channeling his inner Tien.
Hippie.
Get that tri-beam ready.
Yep. You know what? F techno babble.
Time to suit up.
They should have shown him put in each of the pips.
All the dead girlfriends are there.
Are in the same cemetery.
Yeah. They should have just had like a thing that just said Menard's girlfriend cemetery.
Oh,
poor.
Steve.
You were such an odd fellow. So strange. So Klingon. The 4 Years' War seems so long ago. I wonder what would have happened if we hadn't got stranded together. Even then, you were teaching me the wisdom of your house. Invited me to join. I wish I could tell you one last time what your friendship meant to me. Somehow I think you knew. It's so strange. So Klingon. Last of the House of Korath. I will make you proud. Kapla.
Dad,
Oh no.
got a message.
I'm gonna shoot you.
They're ready.
Jesus.
Then we have a mission to do.
Like, don't point that thing, son.
I'm ready to play Super Scope 6.
Oh, there's a ship from Space 1999. Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, I love the modeling. I love modeling, by the way. I'm a big fan of this. Oh no, we're going silent to the lambs now.
Hello, Clarice.
Hello, Clarice.
I'm sorry.
There he is.
Donovan, what are you doing here?
Audrey said I might find you here. I've heard reports that you've been looking into Chris.
I've got a special set of skills.
I gotta see for myself.
We don't sleep. We don't sleep.
See?
Feels like I've lived a lifetime to the forgotten fixing your messes.
You mean the Phantoms?
Heard about that, did you? Yeah. I was there when you led your former crew into the past. In Avenger.
You rescued them.
I don't think I made a very good temporal agent. So much of that job is standing by while terrible things happen. All so you can preserve some future that your superiors deem as the correct one. But I wanted to do what I felt God wanted me to do. To help.
Wait.
If I had the power to do so.
Are we talking about V'ger, or are we talking about
Like
what
I'm
does
trying to
God
do
need
now.
with a starship?
You don't trust me.
I'm not sure. What does God need with a starship?
Eric Menard was
What does God need with a
one of my
Menard?
best friends. And then he died. Years ago. And so much has happened since then. Now here you are. Just never thought I'd be standing here talking to you.
Is that a good thing? Or bad?
I guess that depends on what you're doing out here.
If there was anyone who could protect the things that I held dear, my legacy, it was you.
Yeah. I always appreciated the trust that you, the other you, had in me. In a lot of ways, it was an honor, but...
But there's a flip side of that coin. The burden. Trust me. I know it.
I went to some dark places for you. Places I never wanted to go.
It's all your fault.
In the darkness, it changes a
Hello,
person.
darkness, my old
No.
friend.
You were always the light.
I knew that was coming.
The hope.
At 5
I knew
p.m.,
you'd
it
carry
feels
that
like
for others.
10.
I only ever wanted to do the right thing.
You did it. You saved so many lives. Just look at the Constar crew. Mikkel, Russo. All of them. They wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you.
Well, looks like we got one more to save.
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't sleep.
What can you tell me about him?
No, you don't want to be saving
We
him.
don't sleep.
Not much, unfortunately.
We don't sleep.
Yes, Am.
He was in the Riley sector.
Like during late night streams,
responding
we
to a
don't
distress
sleep.
call from the Army.
I have not been sleeping.
There was no call. But he kept insisting there was one.
Where's the Armitage now?
It's been missing for years.
In space?
That was one reason why no one took him too seriously.
You knew the Armitage better than anyone. You taught Jake everything you knew. If there's something in those logs, I bet you could find it.
Well, I had to find those logs first.
I think we need to go to the computer core of the Constar B.
That sounds like something the Knights could help with.
Or maybe just a few friends. I'd like to keep this one a little closer to home.
You don't trust the new kids? Your legacy.
There's a lot of crazy out there. It is one of the reasons I love
He's not wrong. There's a lot of crazy out there.
Chris.
Just look at me.
You want to keep it with family?
And I think I need to fix it with family.
Well, looks like we gotta go to Russo's junkyard then.
And it looks like Eobard will get his tour after all.
Yeah. I'll radio Tim. Tell him we're on the way.
No. I need to fix things with Tim. If I can't fix it with him, there's no hope in working together.
It really is you in there, isn't it?
The embodiment of Starfleet.
I'm glad I don't have to kill you.
It is.
I thought I had anger issues with him.
Yeah, the anger inside him, it's been festering for a while.
Well, Eric had his reasons for things. I had every reason to be mad. Sent me away, divorced, all for my protection. That wasn't easy to get over.
And don't think that I don't try.
But here we are.
And here we are.
And here we are.
Funny how things turn out.
So, you still stopping by?
No, we simply don't have the staffing. And the
Oh, I
schedule's
thought he was
been
talking
hell.
about for the typical Wednesday booty
And don't
call.
even get me started on the biofilters.
The coils are clogged up, huh?
That's what he
Like
said.
cat hair in a vacuum.
Hey, leave cats out of this.
Need me to clear them pipes for you?
Perfect little pets.
Oh.
Well, if ever we can get the comms up and running, and the replicator producing my raspberry sweet tea, I'll be happy.
You know our scrapyard is always open to you. Things might be a little moved around with that ion storm that came through and scattered things about, but we're here.
I just may take you up on that. I take it you're all still working on Operation Retaliation.
Oh.
Hey, that's what makes being
Isn't
out
that supposed to
here
be
work.
classified?
This is
Yeah, the way she said it made
not
it sound
really
like
my
it's supposed to be
thing,
classified.
but I know how important this is to both of them.
I don't know if Tim's ready for that yet.
He better be. I think the people deserve a little bit of hope.
Mm-hmm.
Everything fell apart.
Dude in a pawn shop.
This could go a long way to fixing things.
Yeah,
Got a
I'm
picture of
trying.
Scotty up in the
I just saw the
background.
picture of
This thing
Scotty.
with Eric got him in a really bad mood.
Continue to work on him. People need to learn to let things go.
Yeah, I've talked with him a
Let
few
it go,
times.
Elsa.
I think I'm making progress, but
Or like his beard.
you know
Let
how
it
you
grow.
can get.
Let it grow.
You and I understand that anger all too well. He shouldn't go down that road. None should.
Don't want to go down that road.
Agreed. Oh, damn!
Oh, damn,
Which one of
Bobby.
you cats made that smell?
Well, I'll let you handle your business. Let's hope
On
this
the
drama
cat
clears
business.
so we can all find some peace. Spangler out.
Spangler. Egon descendant.
No, Egon was Spangler, not Spangler. Close, but not quite. I know, I hate to be that guy.
I feel assaulted now.
We'd have all been a good family. Take care of Eric.
How do I tell her I'm just not interested?
Tim, we need to talk. Please.
I don't think there's much you have to say that I want to hear, Eric.
Tim, you were one of my best friends for years. I'm asking you to trust me here. Even for a moment.
Trust.
Kind of sounds almost like
So
Snake.
don't be like me. Be better.
It makes me think of Daniel Day-Lewis in
Yeah,
Gangs
I
of
can
New
see-
York.
Yeah.
I'm getting a bit of a Jeremy
I've
Irons
already
vibe.
talked with Audrey and Donovan. Something's not right with Chris.
The whole slaughtering of his crew wasn't a dead giveaway?
Can you not see the Jeremy Irons? No, was it just me?
I can see the Jeremy Irons.
He went through something pretty similar. And it took him a long time to get through it. I think this goes beyond that.
How so?
He claimed they received a distress call from the Armitage. Starfleet never received it, even when they went through the records.
I have personally gone through those records myself as I needed the core for a personal project. I've never noticed any coded signals like that.
Is there any way to go through the memory core of the Constar?
You know you're asking a lot.
I know.
Wasn't he wearing red
I know you like to
before?
stay off the grid at your salvage. And I know I'm not exactly Starfleet, nor your favorite person, but I think we can figure this out. Together.
Thinking that you are invincible is no kind of armor, neither for you nor for us.
I'm sorry I hurt you, Tim.
At least I wasn't your
I'm sorry I hurt all
girlfriend.
those people.
Then you'd be dead.
Then, yeah,
If
then
I
I'd
could
be
give
dead.
myself that pain instead, I would.
Prove to me that you are not the same man. That you are not the man in green.
I have a son now. Life isn't about me. It's about him.
That doesn't
I
count.
have to make things better for him.
Children can change you in ways that you can't possibly imagine. It's why I let Starfleet after the incident.
I had no idea you had kids.
2 boys and a girl. I spent years not there, and I felt us drifting apart. Funny. I'd always thought fatherhood would agree with me, but it's the hardest job I've ever had most days.
I get where you're coming from. It's hard. It kills me that someday I won't be there for my son. And I know it'll tear him up. I'm very close with him. But you just have to enjoy the time that you're here. Teach them. Guide them. Love them to death. Just be that light. And remember that it's not just a job. It's a choice.
It's been a long time since I've heard this, Eric.
I'm telling you, Tim. I'm not the bad guy.
No. No, I suppose not.
You're gonna make mistakes. It's arrogant to think that you never will. But for the next generation, knowing someone believes in you, knowing Someone has your back no matter what. I'm going to give him the freedom to make his mistakes, but I'm also going to be that parachute he can pull whenever. I want him to know that his dad has him, that if he falls, don't sweat it, that his dad has him, to get back up and keep chasing his dreams, to think of another game plan and send him right back out there and keep chasing, to go get it.
I can tell you're not the man in green now.
Yeah?
He was never this long-winded.
They'll be fine, Tim. When they see a real person.
Bro's got a point.
And they can, too. You'll all be fine.
You've given me a lot to think about.
So about this memory core. Can we take a look at it? I have a few friends that are on their way.
You sweet talker, you. You know you assumed a lot, inviting them here before even asking for my help.
I know the kind of man you are.
I'll have a fresh plate of pizza rolls for everyone.
Jesus, pizza rolls.
There are a few things we do need to get sorted here before we can go hunting for this thing.
I won't tell you how to do your business. We'll be there when we can. Bernard out. All right, son.
I do kind of want
It's
some
time to
pizza
go
rolls.
get our
Man.
friends and get going.
It's good to know pizza rolls survive into the future.
Report!
Navigational systems are down.
It would be a
The
crime if
shields
they
are
didn't.
holding. What's the status of the weapons?
I got phasers.
In the
What do you say
mirror
we get
universe,
Bill
they don't have pizza rolls.
Maru again, huh?
So, you wanna play?
I don't think they expected a fight.
Well, you're gonna get one.
Damn right.
Yeah, that's damn right.
Typical Starfleet tactics. Sit there and just fire back and forth. No evasive maneuvers.
Now, we're in no condition for a long-term fight. I'm gonna try to get a communication out.
The Connery was hit.
We need comms up.
You can't in a string?
A bird with a note tied to his leg?
You always got such good ideas.
Keep firing then.
Let's see what you can do now.
Main power's buckling. I can hold him off.
You jump, I jump.
Earball. It's time to get to the escape pod.
We both live. Everybody lives.
Then let's do as much damage as possible.
Dad, something's on sensors.
Wait, is that species 8472?
Yeah, I think so. It looked like it. I couldn't get a good look at it.
I couldn't tell what it was from because of all the shadowing. Yeah, it definitely looks like species 8472.
The bad guys flying away.
They are?
I told you, everybody lives.
Yes, son. Yes, you did. Open a channel.
Well, did I catch you at a bad time?
Not at all, Sam. I figured space needed a little more air, so I figured I'd let the shuttle supply bleed right into it.
Hang on tight. We'll be within transporter range in 90 seconds.
Good, Sam. We need to head to Russo's salvage yard. The core can be the key to what's going on.
Well, it's a good thing I have Tamara with me. I didn't think you were going to let this go.
Not when a friend is in need.
You've got a friend in need.
And family's important.
Wise kid.
The crew on the planet need a ride as well.
I need to start charging by the passenger then.
With how charming you are, we'll need refunds, Sam.
Party hard, hard. Prepare for beam out.
So much for cashless society.
So that's an
Oh,
is
no,
that an
that's
Odyssey
part of the
class and
star.
a Prodigy class?
Classes?
Exactly.
How can they not tell it's him?
Well, because when he takes them off,
He becomes a superhero?
well,
Dude, that
no.
race can talk without moving
I mean,
their lips.
Sort of. He's always a superhero. It's just that people don't know it all the time.
I don't get it.
I don't either.
Ugh, I give up.
Captain, we're receiving a communication from the USS Harrison.
Is it Admiral Grissom?
No, sir. It's Captain Menard.
On screen. Captain, I heard that you weren't part of the fleet anymore.
Things have changed. Much like you. Captain.
30 years will do that. But the Excalibur? She's a good ship.
According to the Harrison's records, she's supposed to be patrolling in the Arcane sector. She wasn't.
Unfortunately, it couldn't be helped. The Farragut was under attack, so we responded.
Under attack. From who?
We have no idea. Honestly, that's why we're still in the system. Almost as soon as the ship appeared, it disappeared.
This seems to be a theme as of late.
Really? What am I missing?
A mysterious ship attacked Korra's
Your goatee.
ship and then vanished.
And you think it's the same
Oh no, he has a
ship.
goatee here. Sorry.
I think it's connected. We're headed to Samus Station looking into a couple of things. You're welcome to join.
That sounds like a good plan. Once we get the Farragut up and running, we'll have Captain Tyler join us.
He's the captain too now? Man, you see, I've missed a lot in the 2 years that I've been away.
After Starfleet was divided, it took its toll on the top brass. After that, the shuffling began.
I can imagine. But at some point you have to rebuild and move on.
How did you?
I understand there's some traumas here. So big that they change the entire core of who you are.
That I was a good person, put in an impossible situation, and then into the best that I could.
Well, we're glad you're back with us. Whatever's going on, we'll help you figure it out together.
Josh is
I'm
killing it
valiant.
on the other side of the camera.
I know, right?
Bishop used to
Yeah,
say,
he's doing good.
never jump the fence if you're not willing to face what's on the other side.
Ooh, a philosopher.
He was something else.
A smart captain that I know once said,
That Cheeto?
some of us stand
No,
on
that
our
is not
own,
Cheeto.
together. He said some other stuff too.
We put you in a bald cap, but
Captain
secretly
Rogers.
is you.
I wish you, the Excalibur, and the Farragut well.
A Merry Christmas.
I know you're with us in spirit.
Captain Menard, I always am. Rogers out.
Don't bald shame me.
And you think that that's why my dad's friends messed up?
That's one way of putting it. These things have been popping up all over the place, so it can't be a coincidence.
So was it his fault after all?
That's what we're going to find out. Are you excited to be part of all this?
Till we were attacked, I was.
Hey, that's part of the Starfleet life. Sometimes these things happen, but we have to have each other's caboose, you know?
Yeah.
Why do you want to
sounds very
join
convinced.
Starfleet,
Uh-huh.
Yogard?
Yeah.
Starfleet officer.
Sounds like a teenager.
Starfleet's important.
What does it mean personally to you, son?
My dad's the Starfleet captain, and he's made a difference.
You want to be like your dad, don't you?
I'm not him, but I can't be like that.
We all have a path in life. Starfleet isn't for everyone,
I can always choose something else. My dad said so.
and he's right.
Yeah, get Grissom.
Go ahead.
The analysis of the battle between the Undine ship and the Nard shuttle is out.
Yeah, it
And?
wasn't Undine ship.
You know, I've definitely earned a raise off of this.
How about a pizza party?
Isn't that the same thing? Anyway, the Undine ships run on bioelectric charge instead of shields. It helps deflect phasers and such. With slight modifications, we can introduce a pulsating EM blast through the phaser array. Like a hot knife through butter.
That's great work. Put it in a file for me so I can take it with me. Tanner's gonna need a few days to recoup the systems while we're at Stanley Station.
Speaking of, sir, we're 2 minutes out.
Bringing the total number of casualties to 2.3 million. System DQ has failed. Under these circumstances, Captain Leonard has been given the Odyssey, and Captain Menard has been reinstated, awaiting assignment. Trochem out.
As promised.
Oh God!
I knew there was a reason why I kept you around all.
Let me just tell you guys, that set was hot.
Engineering skills.
Hey!
In between takes, we had to turn on this big fan.
Good to see you too, sis. Well, as
Those
you all
leather
know,
jackets weren't helping
there
cool
still
things
are a
down.
few things we're waiting on before we can get access to the computer core.
What kind of things, Tim?
It's sort of a side project.
What kind of side project?
Be easier to show y'all.
Well, in that case, let's indulge.
Always food with you boys.
But of course.
Don't eat the props.
So your dad tells me you want to join Starfleet.
It can do worse.
Yeah, I understand. But I'll tell you what. Try this on for size.
Is this?
A real cadet uniform.
Ooh.
And because of your homework, I'm promoting you to acting ensign.
I can't believe it.
You keep on the right path, like us here, and your dad. You can do anything you want in the galaxy.
Yes, sir.
Now run along and try this on.
You can do anything you want, but you got to pay your taxes.
Yeah, right?
Unless you're rich.
Right. True.
Then you can escape your taxes.
The computer core?
Sort of. It would be easier to show you.
Is the Constar B shredded up here?
Like I said, I've been working on a project.
Oh, okay, Jordy.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, that's a nice looking ship.
The
I like
Constar
it.
C. You know,
Constar C.
Things don't end very well for C's. So, I mean,
another leg. Took Captain Button a month to program this one for me.
listen, I would have designed a Defiant class vessel and just made it the TOS bridge anyway. Be like, we made it like this for you for, you know, consistency's sake.
It's been a long time since I've sat in this chair.
The both of us.
Sorry, I'm back
Computer
now.
was salvaged from the Constar
okay.
B after she was disassembled.
And you kept all this from Starfleet?
Some people build model planes, others starships.
Not bad.
I'm initializing the power relays to the memory core.
Wait a minute, is he a hologram?
Right now.
No, he's got a holographic leg.
Hey Manny, how's it going down there?
Like blood from a turnip. You'll get your power.
Just get a prosthetic.
Blood from a turnip.
Ship systems are a go. Minimal status.
Oh man, they really got Hannibal Lecter in here for sure.
John, I think Young will mind if you take his station.
That for Sean, that whole day he was in that straitjacket. Like, he got out of it a couple times, but he pretty much spent the day in the straitjacket.
Could not have been comfortable.
I mean, that's what, if I was ever upset, that's what they'd have to do with me.
Hey, look at Ensign, yay! So many captains and admirals, you get to see an ensign for once.
Why don't you go ahead and take a seat, son?
The nepotism runs good in Starfleet.
Stardate 7608.3.
This is Captain Zine of the USS Armitage. While investigating a spatial anomaly, several of my crew members have started to experience living hallucinations. They've been repeating, "We don't sleep." They've carved it on the walls, and they've even carved it into their own flesh.
Yummy.
We're trying to understand what this means.
Things have only gotten worse since we've been pulled here into fluidic space by the Undine. We're trapped here for now.
Yeah, the Undine, that's species 8472.
Behind the hallucinations. But it all started with the anomalies that pulled us here.
No shakal. Hashtag. Look.
Yod me, Nigush.
If you're receiving this, listen to me very carefully.
There is an invasion coming. Close the anomalies. Armitage out.
There have been reports of these anomalies all over the place. Between you and me, ships have gone missing.
And there's been no warning?
It's not something Starfleet would advertise as it would open themselves up to their enemies.
Plus, there's no way of knowing where these anomalies are going to pop up next.
Maybe there is. Audrey, Tameril, if you don't mind, work your magic.
Inputting the scans of Sanders' brain. You should be ready now, Captain Mickle.
Analyzing with normal space in the area. Donovan, I'm going to send you something. Take a look.
Yep, I see it. Tameril, what are your thoughts?
I can confirm these anomalies and these brain scans are one and the same.
So Sanders was affected by the anomalies that was created by species 8472.
Wait. So, Sanders was affected by the Undine?
It appears that way, and it appears that it affected many others as well.
Then we have to stop them.
We may get our chance. I'm picking up a distress call from one of those brain farts Mickle is pushing out.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Brain farts.
This is Commodore Lobato of the Federation Starship Raincross. We've been disabled by an unknown enemy. Gravimetric forces in the area are off the scale, and life support is failing. I fear that whatever is happening to us may be the beginning. Please, send help.
Sir, I'm receiving a mass communication from a large void in space. It registers as Undine.
Let's see it.
To the members of the Federation, I have long stood by you as one of your own. For so many years, I held my head up high as a member of Starfleet's elite. shaping the course of Federation history. That ends now. My name is Vandenboss. Since the day I was born, in the future, in a future, 363 years from now, on a rundown station orbiting New Kittimer. Imagine my surprise when I found out that the Galactic Union keeping me from... Well, I guess it doesn't matter now. I came back to destroy one key figure in history. But fate didn't have it that day. So I took from him someone he cared for, so that it would have a ripple effect throughout history and create the very war I was looking for. A temporal Cold War. And it did. Everything was affected by this event. With the death of a wife. On the Valiant, 100 years ago. And I have been shaping the galaxy, preparing for this invasion, all under your noses. And now, I return to my people. No one will ever keep me from them again. And I have words, or warning. Get your house in order. Vandenboss. Out.
That Van Wilder, I like him.
Some people go their whole life without finding their purpose. Mine was simple. This whole Constar Chronicle was about family. Now, Federation needs us. It needs us to save it. Anyone want to say no?
I can't take that guy seriously.
Stations. Battle alert. Condition red. Russo, power up the engines.
Aye, sir.
Ruiz, prepare the Constar to disembark.
Aye, sir.
Mickle, keep scanning the area. I want to know exactly what we're going into.
I'm on it.
Lee, let the Raincross know they're not alone.
Sending hugs and kisses now.
We all have our time to shine. This is yours.
You trust me?
I always trust you. Take the weapons. Let's go save our friends. Open the comms.
Comms open.
This is Captain Menard of the USS Constar. You are trespassing in our space and threatening our way of life. I urge you, consider your actions and stop your incursion. We will not hesitate to defend ourselves against your aggression. The choice is yours.
Scanners are lighting up like a Christmas tree.
Then they leave us no choice.
Roll-up engines online. Power systems are as full as they're going to get.
Let's go.
Look at that thing move.
I like the design of that ship.
That does look lovely.
Give it badass too. Like a good,
Prepare to
like a
engage
good
the enemy.
heel.
Oh wow.
Nice.
Several Undine ships are grouping. They've left fluidic space. No shields.
The groups are at rifts between our universe and theirs. But it's not fully stable.
You mean they can't open them anywhere they want?
No.
So we have a way to shut them down.
Can you find the rift and close it?
If I can get close enough to where they are, I can find the rupture.
You get me close, I should be able to seal it.
Let me work my magic.
Anyone look out a window? I don't think they're gonna let us pass.
Mr. Ruiz, get us behind them.
Kinky. I like that.
Cadet, prepare to switch to MIQ fire.
Aye, sir.
Came back just in time for the pew-pews.
Whoa.
First wave of Undine ships compromised.
Good. Repeat my hail on a ceasefire and give them the chance to end this.
As we blow them up.
Yeah.
I think you have your answer.
Very astute. I see how you made Admiral.
Weapons are getting low.
Secondary weapons are now coming online.
We may be cutting through them like butter, but we're taking serious damage.
If you only have bad news for me.
There's escape pods out there.
How do you know this?
I'm crazy.
I can feel it.
Mitchell, scan for escape pods and prepare to beam survivors.
Oh
Got it.
no,
Tamara,
copyright.
Get down to sickbay and prepare for casualties.
Aye, sir.
And computer, activate ESH on deck 5 and prepare for incoming.
Emergency security hologram activated.
Please state the nature of the security threat.
They're clever getting the Trump supporter to do all the killing.
Hey! They rescued Big J.
Ruiz, get us in there. Mickle, keep scanning.
Was your bed comfortable?
No, that bed was a little short because I'm so tall. It was kind of tough to get into.
Fair enough.
That took a few takes.
This is where they blew their budget.
Budget well spent.
We're taking a lot of damage on JCON and NC systems. I could really use some backup on auxiliary plasma relays.
Got him.
Sam.
Got it. I'm on cleanup.
Who got the power? I'm giving it all she's got, Captain.
Captain, I'm getting a message from the Terror in space.
Maybe they're reconsidering the ceasefire. Let's see it.
This is Janessa Mitchell.
stranded within the hostile realm of species 8472.
Sweet.
My vessel has sustained critical damage,
Sweet.
and they are relentlessly tracking my coordinates. Requesting immediate assistance from any nearby Starfleet vessels. I repeat, this is Janessa Mitchell, requesting immediate extraction. Species 8472, closing in.
She needs a dentist. Immediate
Assistance
extraction.
required urgently. And transmission.
Listen, I
Do you
like
mind?
dentist jokes. I know the drill.
Not at all, brother.
You know the drill. I see what you did there.
Eobard, clear us a path.
Oh, yeah!
Ruiz, plot a course.
Course set.
Let's go. Listen, I just want the Constar to drift.
Is that playing that video game we used to play back in the day?
He's all the time on COD was going off.
Oh, it's a fourth engine.
Oh yeah,
Those Undine ships didn't stand a chance.
Nice. There we go. That was a good film.
Agreed.
Yeah, and it really was the motion picture. That I didn't think that was going to be close to a 2-hour film, but it was good.
Hey, look, there's Mike.
You know, that's got to be a lot of fun to do something like this with your kid, who's also a big fan. I'm sure Vance is pretty happy, and hopefully he's happy with how this turned out. I think it turned out great.
Took him a long time to put all of this together.
Yeah, I mean, with all the people and all the moving parts that are involved, yeah, this is it's not an easy undertaking, you know.
I like the tributes to Steve also.
Yes.
I was surprised Tyler wasn't in this.
Who?
Tyler.
Oh, Tyler. I'm just gonna turn it down so we can talk a little bit while the credits are going. I mean, yeah, I am surprised Tyler wasn't in it, but I mean, at the same time, Tyler's kind of more Avalon specific. I don't think I've really seen him in very many of Vance's projects.
I just think Josh in it. I just thought maybe Tyler might be in it.
Well, speaking of
so, what
Josh,
did you guys think of it?
Hopefully, Josh is going to be joining us soon here, because Josh did say he would be coming in after the film finished. I'll go first. I thought it was very good. It was definitely a labor of love. It was definitely geared towards Vance and his son, and it was a good project for them to do together. Vance sharing his passion with his son, and obviously his son, kind of jumping in there with him, and so it seemed like they had a really great time.
Yeah, they did. I could tell when we were on set, when Royce was there on the sets, looking around. It looked like he was really enjoying himself, and that was a lot of fun to see.
It's one thing to have your thing that you do that's your escape from everyday life, but it's another thing entirely to just bring part of your family into that and to share it with them.
And at last, to Royce, we took 2 years to make this film, and you saw so much of what it's like to make this film. Oh man, the credit's going too fast for me.
Yeah.
I'm here to be proud of. I love you, turkey butt.
Never underestimate your impact or influence on someone else. Be their reason.
I'm normally people's reason to want to hit somebody, but
Leave.
No, you're not our reason to want to hit somebody.
Oh yes. So I definitely got the Picard season 3 vibes. I feel like
A little
and I
bit.
know, yeah, like I can kind of like I know that this probably was started before Picard season 3, but I can kind of see some of the inspiration there, which is nice because you kind of see those things that like that we take away from the media that we love, like
Right.
it. I don't want to call it parody, but like like homage is one of the homage and parody is one of the biggest forms of flattery. You know what I mean? So I could
Right.
definitely see that. And so, yeah, I thought it was very good. I thought it was made out of love. I think that,
Oh,
post
the post credit scene Daniel Vaz was talking about.
Well, it looks like that looks very 32nd century ship. I don't know if you guys noticed that.
It did, yeah.
Setting up for the sequel, maybe?
Constar, the motion picture.
The motion picture.
Yeah.
It looks more like a tribute.
Yeah, but the ship in the beginning though kind of makes it. I wonder if it's
Right.
like a museum shot, like. These are the voyages of the USS Hawaiian Punch. Was the hat a founder?
The hat
Wait
was
a
a
minute.
changeling.
Oh boy.
Oh wow.
The hat was a changeling.
That is funny. Oh, that's funny.
Look how young Royce is there.
Yes, buckle your seatbelt.
The hat was a changeling.
All
I
right.
like that. Nice little Easter egg ending there.
Yep. So the hat was a changeling all along.
Well, congratulations to Vance, Royce, Frank, everyone that was involved in the filming of this movie. Very good film. Something I think I'll definitely watch again, see what I might have missed the first time through. But yeah, that was a very enjoyable watch.
Yeah.
Couldn't agree more.
Yes, I had a good time. Unfortunately, being in a different time zone, it did have a little effect on me, but I managed to recover and catch that amazing ending, which was a great payoff for a good film.
It
Yep.
was. It definitely was.
Yeah, they roped in the Undine, which is kind of something that we haven't seen in.
Yeah, we really haven't.
In
It's
fan
an
films too
underutilized
much.
threat.
I mean, the problem with the Undine is just that they're very. And I'm not saying this about the fan film. I'm just saying in general with the Undine. Like I
Mhm.
played Armada 2, which heavily features the Undine. Star Trek Online. There's no personality there. They need to develop
Right.
a figurehead personality of the Undine that would be a threat. And I honestly I feel like fan
Gotcha.
films would be a great place to do that. Maybe have an Undine maybe. I know that they can shapeshift, so I mean, you might be able to influence or bring that into like a fan film. That would be wonderful. But yeah, I mean, the Undine are a good threat and they're underutilized, but I think there's a reason for that. So I think maybe if we could, fan films moving forward kind of put some emphasis on them, they might be able to be like, CBS is always even though
Right.
CBS won't matter anymore soon, but CBS and Paramount are always copying fan films. So maybe they'll be like, maybe we can use these Undine for something, and so
I think it's a character that they could probably get, well, a race that can get some something out of. I mean, you can't really, show the Undine themselves. They're very special effects heavy unless you play it as, the person character playing them is secretly an Undine agent or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, because there was that episode of Voyager where there was like a whole station of Undine masked as humans, and for fan films, I can see them going that route only because too many, you don't want too much in you can't do too much with prosthetics and CG and stuff like that in fan films. I would rather that go, but definitely making some kind of Undine threat would be, and I think honestly the person to do it would be, I mean, Vance is very creative when it comes to his villainous roles, so I think that would be something that, if he ever decided to do a sequel to the motion picture or something else, I think that would be a really good thing for him to look into. Maybe, the Revenge of the Undine, the Wrath of the Undine. There we go. The motion picture and then the Wrath of the Undine. Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Cheeto's going to plan out phase 1 of Constar universe.
Oh God, no! I mean, look, I'm okay in the planning stages. I can't act worth nothing. So,
I just want to comment on Vance's performance because, playing Eric Menard and Miller Menard, and then playing this version of Menard, you really felt the combination of the Menards was in that performance, and the way he spoke very subtly, like was Mira Menard, but there's a humanity. There was a level of a humanity in him, which made him feel like regular Menard, and so it was a good performance.
Yeah, and the whole, I definitely saw the rolling of all the Menards into one. You did see moments of, and you did see moments, I think, of the Phantom in there. Just kind of like some of that deadpan, like I'm trying
all
to think of
business.
Yeah, like all business, So, yeah, I thought it was. I thought performances all around were good. I thought the camaraderie was really good. It definitely gave me that Picard season 3 vibe, which is what you wanted from something like this. I think that's kind of what the actual motion picture in Star Trek was missing. I know that it was the 70s and it was a different time in cinema, but still, I think it was very.
I have a gripe, if I'm allowed to have one.
Absolutely. We critique as much as we can. I mean, and Vance is one who knows that critiquing is all a part of the process.
Too many high officers. Everybody was a bloody admiral, a captain. Like, where are the ensigns and where are the everybody wants to be a top guy. This is why I give Zam a lot of credit, because when he got involved in this, he never wanted to be a captain and stuff like that. He wanted to be the voice of the computer, and he wanted to be a villain, because cool. But nobody wants to play an ensign. Nobody wants to play a lieutenant. They just want to be bloody captain and admiral.
Right.
But I think here's what I think though. I think a lot of people in this were all already they're all his captain conglomerate. A lot of them were they were already captains. I mean, look at Picard season 3. Let's go back to that. Geordi LaForge was a Commodore. Riker was a captain. Picard obviously was an admiral. Everybody, I think Worf had been Worf was captain.
Worf was captain.
So everybody ranks up. I mean, and a lot of those people seem like they were in the twilight of their careers. It wasn't just hey, this is our ship and this is our, if it was just an episode of Constar on the Constar, then yes. But it seemed like it was a conglomerate of people coming together on the Constar C. So I get where you're getting at with that, Zam, because as I said, I mean, the role that I played in Harris's films that was cast for me, I would love to be like a lieutenant commander in engineering or in ops. You know what I mean? That, if I were to cast myself, that's where I would put myself. But, that's kind of, and I mean, we got Major Rage, who is the ever vigilant Klingon. Dude, you have got to call me chatty human every single time you address me.
That's
only when you go long-winded.
Like I just did.
Yeah, great performance there. Major Rage, Lexing your
thank you.
character. That was a lot of fun. Guys, I am sorry to have to dip out, but I've got an early morning with work. That was a great film. I didn't think it was going to be that long. I'm looking at the time thinking, oh shit, this is I gotta get up early, but it was great. It was good to sit through. Really happy for everyone involved with the film. It was really good, and thanks to you guys on NerdTube for having me on to do a watch party with you guys. So it was a lot of fun. It was good. Thank you.
All right.
You're welcome. It's good to see you again, Jefferson.
Yes,
always a pleasure.
It's good to you've been a good little boy, and I'm very happy for you. Merry Christmas.
I will. Merry Christmas. All right, I'll talk to you guys later.
All right. Have a good night. All right. But I think, guys, that does. I mean, I have not heard from Josh, so I do not know if he's going to be making it. So I think we should just wrap it up. I mean, do we want to give it marks or do we want to let it go?
No, I think I'm happy to talk about ups and downs, but the market I think would be an injustice to a labor of love, as you said, and I don't want to tarnish it or anything like that. It's very. I had a good time with this. Even though my part was extremely minuscule. I was just happy to be involved in some capacity. It was really good to see Mage in there as well. So I'm just happy seeing this and being a part of it, and all of that. So yeah, that's all.
Honestly, with Mage, it's like I kind of see Mage being like, taking over that, that
From
role
Steve.
from Steve.
Yeah.
Like
Huge
I really
shoes to fill.
but
Huge
you know,
shoes.
but you know what? And I can see it. As I said, if you want it, that's a different that whether you want it or not, that's a different beast. But it's like, from your performances, Mage, from the couple I've seen, you definitely have the Klingon in you to become like the staple Klingon in this unit, like in this conglomerate of fan film creators. So I definitely see that in your future if you want it. As I said, you may not. You may want to do something else, and that's fine. But I see it.
It'd be nice to put on a Starfleet uniform and not get typecast, but I do enjoy playing the Klingons. I just wish my costume was a little more on point.
You know what? I think the costume fits.
Good enough.
Yeah, I think it fits.
You can tell what I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, I never had any doubt that you were like first image I saw of you in that. I was like, I said, "Oh, Mage, you're a Klingon."
Exactly. Yeah, and you got the hair and the facial hair and the head of hair to boot it. So your
I mean, you could probably like pull your hair back in a ponytail, put on a uniform, and maybe. Maybe do. I mean, we've seen Josh be like in 5 different roles or something. Like so. I don't think you would be typecast, but you would definitely be the one people would go to for like hey, we need a good Klingon. Well, let's talk to Major Rage.
Yeah,
there's talk of me being in a Studelberg film.
Nice. Okay, so apparently Josh is coming. So he said he's coming to join us. So I don't know if do any of you guys need to dip out. I know Zam, it's late for you. Mage, I know you.
We got this far. Let's just do it.
Okay.
Well, we keep it short if you don't mind.
Yeah, I already told him that. So any other thoughts on the film from you guys, or behind the scenes? If you guys had any behind the scenes.
Well, we needed that wig on Frank. Jesus Christ. Hey, Josh.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Lex Luthor, how are we?
Doing all right. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. We just got done watching this fan film. I don't know.
Yeah,
some guy made it.
I watched it. I watched it too.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it. For whatever reason, Vance wanted me to come in and kind of represent the production because he tends to be pretty humble guy, so he wanted me to come in here and talk to you guys about all the fun we had making this little movie.
All right.
Well,
Well,
the
I
fun
mean,
definitely shows.
yeah, it definitely. Yeah, we were just talking about the camaraderie between all the characters on screen and on set, and how it felt very Picard season 3. Where everybody was coming together on the old bridge, and just there was definitely some great moments in there. What were some of your takeaways from this film?
Well, I mean, yes, absolutely. There was a Picard season 3 influence in what it was, and when we were shooting the scenes on the bridge, he very much was like, "I want this to be, just like the scene in Picard season 3 where they're all walking on the bridge." And so, we didn't have a Technocrane, so we couldn't really shoot it exactly the same way that they did that, but we shot that scene in 6K so that we could pull out, and reveal the entire bridge kind of in a digital way. And all of those scenes with the Constar C on the bridge, in the briefing room with the pizza rolls, and all of that was one day of shooting, which was crazy. And some of us thought we weren't going to get through all of it. The shuttle, all of it. We did it all in one day. The last like 20 minutes of the movie was all one day of filming. And yeah, definitely he wanted a Picard season 3 vibe. My biggest takeaway though is that Vance has not just created like a legacy, pardon the pun, for himself in fan films, but he's really brought so many other people into it. And he's given, I don't even know if it'd be hard for me to even count how many people Vance has brought into fan films. I mean, probably if someone who has brought the most number of people into fan films, he's in the running for it, because he's done like 200 of these, and in so many of them he gave people an opportunity to be in fan films, never done it before. And so a lot of those people that joined him along the way were a part of this. It was a very inclusive fan film, and so many of those people, like a Greg Mitchell, or Frank, coming back, or I mean, just so many of those people went off and they've created their own corner of the fan film space, and then they all just sort of came back and came together again. It was like, it was just a who's who of fan films. You had Leslie in there, you had Jason Spriggs, you had just so I can't even think of all of them. There were so many. Sam Cockings was there. It was just so cool to see all of the different people in there.
You had NerdTube in there, for Christ's sake.
We had NerdTube in there. We had
Yeah.
Mage. I loved seeing him in there. That really made me happy. That scene, I thought it was fantastic. Loved what you did with the Klingon voice. Absolutely thought it was awesome. Of course, we had Tucker Limbaugh. He made an appearance.
Yeah. Misunderstood.
A very misunderstood guy. Yeah.
Yeah, we were just talking about that with Mage, is about how he's doing a great job with. I've already seen him, I think, in 3 roles as a Klingon now. Like, and I mean, we really think I think that he's doing a great job, and maybe passing the Steve torch, over
Indeed,
to
you're
Mage.
just gonna have to do it more, man. I mean, that you found something there that resonates and that you've done very well. So, I mean, we're gonna have to see in more fan films.
Maybe some Avalon fan films.
Maybe
if they run into some Klingons.
Maybe. There
I
there
would
are
be more
going
than
to
happy.
And not to in any way make this about anything I'm doing, but there are threads in that film, in Constar the motion picture, that you're going to see picked up in Avalon. So, they talked about this Phantom War. We're going to do the Phantom War in Avalon. So it's going to be an interesting thing to see. And that's what I love about this, is that, there's this great connective tissue with all of these different fan filmmakers coming together. And them coming together around Vance is very appropriate, I think.
Mm-hmm.
No, I have to say, Josh, that you've been a very good little boy. making these lovely fan films for us. And you know, I just wanted to send out my praise, you know, because you know what you've been giving, been giving more gifts to us than I have given to all the people in the world. So I'd like to say thank you for once again, even to, I don't know what your involvement was in this particular fan film. I did see the credits. It did look like you were doing a lot of behind the scenes stuff as well. So
Yeah.
thank you once again for delivering. It's a pleasure to watch you work.
Well, I appreciate that, Xanta. That's very kind of you. I worked as basically the director of photography for the Constar C section of the film is a lot of what I did. And then of course I had, you know, my own part as an actor in it. And I was
Killed
originally
it.
Oh, thank you. I was originally supposed to be in the Constar C scenes, and it worked out in a weird way in that you know, I got the job directing Farragut 2024, and originally what was going to happen was I was actually going to have to duck out of working on Constar because Farragut was going to shoot that same weekend. And it just lucked out that Farragut pushed the shoot, and I was able to come back and actually be there for the Constar shoot. And then so Greg and I, you know, Greg Mitchell and I had this, you know, we made this decision that, and it's a very important thing for me that if I'm going to work on another person's fan film, I'm going to put the same amount of effort into someone else's film that I'm going to put into my own film. And Greg absolutely feels the same way about that. And, you know, Vance, he's given so much to everybody and he stays so humble about it. He's just like, well, you know, I'll just shoot the movie on my phone and all of this. And we were just kind of like, no, Vance deserves to have a real movie. You know, he deserves to have the same kind of effort we would give the Federation Files or Tales from the Neutral Zone or anything else, you know. And so Greg and I just kind of made the commitment that we were going to film at least the last 20 minutes or so of that movie in the same way we would shoot any other movie, because that's what he deserved. You know, he's given so much to the rest of us. It was our chance to give something to him. And what made it special for Vance, he had Royce with him the whole time. I'll tell you this about Vance, and not going too deep into, you know, what he's gone through in life. I tend to think that if Vance and I had known each other as children, we would have been best friends. And I feel like the most important thing in Vance's life is his family, and I think that shines through in this. Is the most important thing in his life is being a father. His intent was that he wanted his son to be able to come back and watch this movie at other points in his life and be able to, you know, maybe if he was wrestling with something or if he needed some advice, he could watch this movie and he could take away something from it at various points of his life or remember this special time he had with his dad.
Show it to his kids as well, you know.
Indeed. And so Vance, what Vance has done with his son is he has become the type of father that Vance wishes that he had had. You know what I mean? And there was that quote at the end where a son's first hero is his father's second chance. You know, Vance has made his life about his son, and that's, you know, he's a giving person, and that's why, you know, the way that he's made the effort to include everybody, to make this about fun, to make this about friendship, to make this about a family, even amongst fan filmmakers. It's why he is and always will be my hero in all of this. You know, there are a lot of other people that people look up to in fan films. Vance is my hero. Vance is the person I see Menard as being as heroic as Kirk or Picard or Archer or anyone else in Star Trek. He is a genuine Star Trek hero to me.
Yeah, it's amazing all the people he's brought. together. Even people like us, where we started off on the wrong foot, and now we're all bosom buddies.
Yeah.
It's amazing what he's able to achieve. And yeah, I know about the love of his son. I see on social media talks about him all the time. Posts things about him all the time, and it's good to see that he did break that circle, and he started a new path. As a father with his son, to take things in a different direction, so he's not letting history repeat itself. Yeah, bravo to him.
Yeah,
And what could be more Star Trek? What could be more Star Trek than creating a place for everybody to feel like they belong there?
Well, and that's why I've always said that Vance has always been like the personification of the Federation. Like he takes, as I said, when everyone's probably most people have heard the story about when we all first met, but it's just when we met Vance, and he could have just told all of the fan film creators like F these guys, like blacklist them, and whatever, and he didn't. He actually invited us in, and he said, what, I even came when I came on that program. I think you were on it, Josh, that night too. It was some big circle panel. And I'm like, look, let me come on, let us talk. And he's like, he was the only one there who was like, what, let him in, and he just, and it blossomed from there. And that's what Vance has always been, for me, that human personification of the Federation. Just
And,
unity and bringing people together.
He's a guy that he's also very forgiving too, and that's something that's important to note about him, is that if you're sideways with Vance, you've made the choice to be sideways with Vance, because almost no matter what you do to the guy, if you have a conversation with him, you try to work it out. He's very forgiving. He's very kind. He wants to help. He wants to support others. He wants to be a friend. These things are important to him because he's had difficult times in his life. He's been lonely at times in his life, and so he understands why it's so important for people to support each other. Why it's so important to him is because he's gone through experiences where he's needed people to be there for him. And so he chooses to be there for others. And that's just kind of, I can, mainly because he's at work, but I can message Vance at 3 a.m. and say, I'm kind of frustrated about something. And he calls me. He immediately calls me at 3 a.m. He's like, how we doing, brother? I think that even happened like a week ago. I was just kind of mad about something, and I was like, I'm so mad about this. And he called me and, was there to listen. And, so even beyond fan films, he's just a good friend, I don't know that I could accurately assign a value to him in my life.
It's been a while since I've spoken to him. I need to catch up with him. I know he also does enjoy a bit of solitude from everything because of all the shit he has to do, and I respect that, and so I never try to to interfere unnecessarily. But yeah, I think it's about time I have a little chat with him for the sake of it.
Yeah, I think he'd like that, and maybe you can get another Tucker Limbaugh film out.
Oh, let's hope so.
Chance to prove that he's misunderstood and not.
Oh no. I don't get it wrong.
Misunderstood
I say
along
that,
with the likes of Colonel Green and.
I say that in jest. He's an absolute
Admiral Marcus, and
he's an absolute. He's full on villain.
Singh.
Yeah, full on villain, but somebody who likes to think he's misunderstood, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Like a Thanos type.
Yeah, he thinks he's doing right, and he tries to do right. Mage, do you have anything that you want to ask Josh?
What's it like working on set with V-Man?
The pizza rolls have got to be constant, right? I mean,
well, the pizza rolls I think were room temperature or something in that scene, and they were actually really gross, and so I think they were genuinely acting while they were trying to eat them, because I think that I think maybe they were frozen or they were just thawed out or they weren't cooked or something. Like it was something gross going on with the pizza rolls. They weren't quite. It's always fun because it's a chill atmosphere, man. He doesn't stress about anything while he's on set. If you're on set with me on an Avalon day and I got a lot going on, chances are at least once during the day I'm going to kind of lose my shit a little bit. And I'm going to Tyler thinks this is really funny. I'll at least once in the day kind of snap. And he tells this real funny story about when we were shooting once in Future Captain and I walked into engineering and I'm like, where the fuck is everybody? Vance isn't like that. Vance is, he's himself the whole day. He's chill. He wants it to be fun. And I could tell that Greg and I were kind of going outside of what he's normally comfortable with. We were like, okay, we're going to break this down and we're going to shoot this through the script and we're going to do these different setups and we're going to start here and we're going to work our way back and we're going to do all this stuff. And Vance was getting a little nervous about it. He was like, like I could see it in his face that he didn't know if he wanted to go that route, but he's like, no, I'm going to trust these guys. And he just kind of handed it over and let us do our thing. And, who I really want to talk about is Greg. Greg, I just filmed that stuff. Greg was directing it. He directed the actors. He knew what he wanted. He knew the script inside and out. And he's like, he'd say, hey, I need shots of this. I need these people reacting to, Vanden Boss. I need them reacting to, okay, we're going to have Scott on the screen. He's going to be saying this, and I need people to react to that. I need this guy to hit these buttons. He knew exactly what he needed. He's a fantastic editor, and he did a phenomenal job editing that movie. And so when he came on set, like start to finish, he knew exactly what he needed. And he was just like, hey, can you get this for me? Sure, we'll set it up. And we got it. And he was also very good with Royce. Greg got in and he coached Royce's acting and Royce reacted really well to him. And, I know that one of Vance's personal favorite scenes is that scene where Frank's like giving Royce the uniform, the cadet uniform for the first time. And that was all Greg directing that. Like Vance kept his distance. He was like on the other side of the room, just sort of watching us do it. And he's like, no, I'm just going to let Greg do this. And he just chilled out and let Greg direct Royce and Frank and Royce. The scene earlier where they're in Frank's ready room, that's green screen, where Frank's actually in his ready room, but Royce is on a green screen, in Kansas, and that's editing. When they were together in the briefing room later in the film, they were actually together and they had great, mentor and mentee, chemistry together. And Royce, he was so cool. He was so chill. You could tell that, that acting was nothing new to him. And Greg really did a good job working with him. Yeah. So, and then, to answer your question, Vance is he's what you see, man. He's chill. He just wants to have a good time. He wants to be with his friends. For me, the powerful thing was I got in that room and I looked around and there's, Sean Rimmer and Christina Moore, and all of these people. And I'm thinking, I've been friends with so many of these people, Jefferson Kelly, so many of these people in the room. I've been friends with them for a long time, but I never met them. I'd edited films with these people in it, with Christina, with Sean, with Jefferson, and I'd never met them. And I'm looking around going, this is the first time I've ever actually in person met any of these people. This is the first time we've all been together. Isn't that amazing that this time we live in where you can make friends all over the world, like you guys, make these friends and the first time you meet them in person, you've known them for years. How crazy is that?
I mean, yeah. I've never met Zam. I've never technically met Mage. I've known Zam for 15 years, I think.
Yeah,
me and Zam go way back.
2008.
2008, yeah. So I mean, we were a part of a wrestling group back in the day, so I get it. Like me and Zam have still never met. Maybe one day, Zam's gonna come over here, or I'm gonna go over there.
I am planning. Oh, sorry, Zam is planning to come over in next year, hopefully.
Okay.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Circumstances with your politics has made him a bit wary, but maybe he might come over next year if
You'll be
feels
all right, man.
comfortable.
You'll be all
Yeah.
right. Good
Well-
people will still be good people.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll protect you from Melania.
Yeah.
She's gonna be like, "Take me with you."
Who's going to protect Melania from Santa Claus is the question.
Yeah.
That's only if I come over in December. That's the only time you'll see me.
So, all right. Anybody else have any other questions? I do apologize. I know this is a bit of a shorter interview, but I mean, we're
It's all right.
2 hours and 40 minutes in. So, anyone else have anything else to bring up, ask? I know we've done tons of these, Josh, so you kind of know, like, a lot of what we ask.
I will say Vance is that guy, and he's kind of like notorious for this, where he's like, well, I think I'm done making films.
Oh, yeah.
He's a Ric
yeah.
Flair.
And then he like has a great time making the films, and he's like, I think I'm gonna make more.
Yeah, I agree. Like, this is what he loves doing. This is his passion. You can't have made like 200 fan films and just say, you know what, I'm going to quit now. I just don't say that. If you do quit, you just quit without even saying it, because you haven't made one in a couple of years.
Or just say you're going on a long hiatus. We know what you mean. Like when you're like Ric Flair. When you say you're going to retire, we know what you mean. Like you need a break, and that's okay.
There's a difference between being.
You never know what's going to happen. I mean, like, look, this year, my plan for 2024 was that I was going to release the Once and Future Captain and the Death of War and take a break for an extended period of time. And that's not at all what happened. I went and shot Dreadnought Dominion. I helped out with the Federation files. And then we find out that Neutral Zone Studios has to leave Kingsland. And so I went and shot, I don't even know how many Neutral Zone films. It's at a point, and I'm kind of glad if Vance does take a break. I'm kind of glad because I'm going to be handing off some of the editing for these Neutral Zone films to Greg Mitchell and some of Vance's other people, so that I can like concentrate on getting back on Avalon, because I've spent all year shooting, I did stuff for Farragut. I've done Constar. I've done Tales from the Neutral Zone. I've done Federation Files. I've done Tales from the Neutral Zone, like Dreadnought Dominion, Warbird, Valdor. Like I've been shooting so many films this year that I really haven't been editing films. And so it's like, geez, I need to like catch up, so I didn't see that coming for me. And then at some point in the year, and I don't even know when it happened, I was like, well, I'll take a break and decide if I do Avalon again. So at some point in this year, it just hit me what I wanted to do next for Avalon. I was like, no, I've got to do it. I've so got to do it, And so now I have 3 scripts written, so it's like different stories, stuff we've never seen before, stuff that's unrelated to previous stuff, but it's a new direction. And I'm real excited about it. And I tend to think that's how Vance is too. One thing that he and I talked about is I was just like so jealous, I guess is the right word, of just like what a great relationship he has with Royce, and having Royce in films with him, that I was like, man, I want my own son to be in some of these with me. And we're talking about doing a film with Royce and my son Austin. So
Aww.
yeah, so that hopefully that's something that we can make work out.
So here's what you guys need to do. You guys need to start a film where you gather the Dragon Balls, and then you wish then you have you and Vance, doing a thing, and then they wish for you guys to be kids. And then and then Royce and Royce and
Austin
your
are just
son can
us.
be you guys kid versions. It's like out of Dragon Ball. Oh wait, no, that is Dragon Ball. Sorry.
We actually have something we've thought up, and so like keeping track of Constar, of course. Royce's character is Eobard Menard, and of course you know where the name Eobard comes from.
Reverse Flash, my favorite villain.
Reverse Flash,
My favorite villain.
And so, like, he may have a friend named Barry Allenby.
Oh God! Afterwards, I did roll my eyes up a little at that one, but fair enough.
I think that's great. I think that's hilarious.
Yeah. So we'll see how.
If his name is Barry Allenby, then you have to make him Indian. You have to make him Indian. You can't be calling Allenby and not make him Indian. He has to be Indian.
Well, you've got the character in Avalon named Allenby, who is our female lead, and so he'll somehow be real. If you watch Crisis, she's the lead character. He'll somehow be related to that character.
I think having like an episode with the one episode of TNG, I don't remember the name of it, where
Rascals.
Rascals,
Yes.
where some of the guys get turned into kids. I think that would be a great like even a short, just like a 5-minute short or something.
Well, we're gonna do something. And I can tell you that this coming year we're gonna be going up to now. Vance may or may not be. If we're doing the Phantom Wars, he's got to be involved in some way. You'd think.
Maybe.
We may be going up to Kansas to film, so that's going to be fun.
Hey.
All
right.
Well, first.
What was that?
I said you heard it here first.
That's right. Heard it here first. We are the scoopers, the pooper scoopers.
Oh, that's what it is.
All right. Well, everybody out there in YouTube land, thank you very much for joining us here. Josh, thank you so much for stopping in. I'd also like to thank Jefferson, who sat through the entirety of the motion picture with us, and we did our normal reaction thing. Mage Santa Claus, thank you so much for also sticking out and being here for so long. I greatly appreciate you guys. And so yeah, with all that being said, please like, share, and subscribe to NerdTube, as well as head over to No Budget Productions. I'll get a link down in the description. I don't think I put it in there yet, but I will get it in there.
And Avalon.
And obviously an Avalon for Josh Irwin, because we love our Avalon universe as well. But yeah, so we will catch you guys in the next one.
And yes, Daniel Vance, that